Hello and welcome to another episode of Lunch with Lisa. Thank you for joining me today. I am Lisa Warner. I am the author of Lunch with Lisa. Thank you. Sorry about the reverb. All right. I am Lisa Warner. I am the author of the Simplicity of Self-Healing. And I stream this live in my Facebook group, which is why there's reverb every once in a while. So can't catch the volume. So today, let's talk a little bit about what does your higher self know about healing? Our minds have been taught all kinds of things about our bodies. Yet we are body, mind, and soul. The soul, the higher self, the part of us that carries universal wisdom and knowledge. That is who and what we are. But yet, we have these minds that have been taught how the world works. And as we look out at the world, we see it doesn't work very well. So we've been taught dysfunction. So when we live in a dysfunctional world, it's very difficult to be healthy or happy, to live in peace and ease and harmony in a world that is far, far, far more interested in fighting. So why do our bodies get out of balance? Well, when body, mind, and soul are not in balance, when there's disharmony inside, when we are not living in internal peace, dis-ease, dysfunction, battle begins. But who and what are we battling with? As a soul, we are eternal beings. We are non-physical beings. Pure consciousness. And as pure consciousness, we come here with universal wisdom. We are one with the mind of God, the mind of Source. All the wisdom in the universe is available to us. Yet we come into these physical bodies in this dysfunctional world, and we try to fit our infinite perfection, our brilliance, our divine, God-given radiance into a dysfunctional, battling world. As we try to fit ourselves into a dysfunctional world, it doesn't work. Every aspect of our lives becomes distorted when we try to distort the divine perfection of who we are into a dysfunctional world. But we've all been taught that we have to follow the rules, listen to the authorities, listen to your teacher, sit down, shut up, listen, learn what we tell you to learn. We have simply been taught to give up our own authority. We have been taught to override our own inner intelligence, our own inner guidance. When our mother, father, teacher, preacher, government agent tells us that we have to do something, but we don't want to do that thing because that thing doesn't feel right to us. We're simply told, but you have to do it anyway. And as children, we have no recourse, really. So we learn to give up that inner voice, that twinge of, hey, I don't think this is right. We give that up. We forget that inner guidance. And then when we've twisted and distorted ourselves into these shapes that are try to fit in, we try to make our unique puzzle piece fit in to a puzzle that we're not meant to fit into. And when we distort our shape enough to try to fit into the dysfunctional society, our bodies have to distort themselves at some point. Every aspect of our life distorts itself. Our health, our wealth, our relationships, our happiness, all things start to diminish when we're trying to live by the rules of a dysfunctional society. So the dysfunctional society tells us that there's something wrong with our bodies. You're being attacked by a disease. This is a terrible thing. You're going to have to use these artificial pills to fix yourself, or go through these barbaric treatments to fix yourself. Why? Do those things feel good? Do they feel right inside? Or are you simply operating from your rational mind, the part that's been programmed? We're told that doctors are the only ones that know anything at all about physical bodies. That you, the divine being, who has infinite intelligence, who has come to earth to animate a physical body, you're told that you have no idea what to do for your physical body, how to operate this at maximum capacity. How did this happen? How did we get from the divine being of light and love that we are, the soul, to running around fearing every single thing that happens, living in survival mode, in protection mode? Well, it's because our minds have been taught to live that way. We have been taught that the external world just is the way it is, and we just have to make the best of it. We have been taught fear and guilt and shame and doubt and anxiety. As the soul, we don't live like that. It's not our natural state of being. Our natural state of being is living in peace and harmony with all of creation. But this world doesn't do peace and harmony particularly well. So we have been taught to fight. We have been taught to fear. We have been taught to live in separation and isolation. And we have been taught to fear our own bodies. And when we are living in fear, we're living in protection mode. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Uh-oh, danger, Will Robinson. And we're kept in that state of fear. We are grand creator beings. It's who and what we are. The soul, the infinite being, the immortal beings that we are, have been taught to live in fear. We have been taught to live in survival mode and in protection mode and in reaction mode. But unfortunately, because we are creator beings, we are creating in every second of every day, whether we're aware of it or not. We have been taught to not be aware. We have been taught to simply react to the world around us. And the world around us keeps feeding us stories of fear and death and destruction and degradation and lack and limitation and all kinds of horrible scenarios that are pumped out into the mass collective consciousness every minute of every day through the TV and social media and the radio. Why are we living this way when we don't have to? Our bodies have their own divine intelligence. They know exactly what to do to heal themselves. If you have a skiing accident and you break your leg, you set it, and then the bone heals itself. The body mends the broken bone every single time. It's magic. You literally don't have to do anything other than stabilize it and give it the time to heal. When you get a cut, the same thing. Pull it back together, you stabilize it, and you give it the time to heal. The body knows exactly what it's doing. But yet we're taught that when it comes to the internal things, why are my bowels not working properly? Why can't I digest this food? What's going on? Why do I have this pain in my hips? We're simply taught that, there's something wrong with your body and you're going to have to go and get these treatments or use these pills or whatever it is, or we're going to have to, that joint's all worn out. We're just going to have to give you a new artificial one that's going to be even better than the original one that God gave you. Never even addressing the fact that the body is designed to heal itself. Why? Because the medical society is not set up for healing. The medical society is set up for selling. It is set up as a business model. And the business is disease. The business is selling pharmaceuticals and fancy medical procedures. Now, don't get me wrong. The medical model is fabulous for emergency medicine. If you break if your appendix ruptures, you want to have the medical model around. You want to have a hospital nearby. You want to have a surgeon. If you're in a catastrophic car accident and you have multiple injuries, you want a hospital around. You want those surgeons around. Our medical model is top notch in that respect. But when it comes to actually healing a disease, it's not helping us. Why? Because our bodies are not being attacked by diseases. Our bodies are simply distorting themselves into the shape that we have distorted ourselves into to try to fit into this dysfunctional world. By following all the rules, doing what we're told, trying not to rock the boat, we can't be ourselves. We can't just speak our piece. We can't just speak without getting ridiculed or censored or judged or critiqued or criticized or corrected. So we stop being ourselves. We stop expressing ourselves. We stop speaking our truth. We start thinking there's something wrong with us. We start distorting who we are. Well, I'll just do what everybody else is doing because I just don't want to deal with it. So every time we give up who we are, we die a little. And this society is really big on death and destruction. We don't have to live like that. These bodies are designed to live for hundreds of years. We are infinite beings. We are pure consciousness. And we are connected, one with Source, God, the I am presence, whatever you want to call it. And we have access to all the knowledge that we need to heal our own bodies. All we have to do is tune in. There's always that little inner voice talking to us. How many times I used to go, well, should I do this or should I do that? And the rational mind is like, well, you should go and do this because this is what everybody else does. And this is what's obviously the right thing to do because these are the rules and this is how you do it. But then that little voice inside is like, no, there's something else. Why do we have two voices in our heads? How did we get split into a higher self and a lower self? How did we get split into a mind and a soul? The truth is we are one self. There's not a higher self and a lower self. There's just you, the self. You are your higher self. You are your higher wisdom right here and right now. But the noise of the external world is drowning out your inner wisdom. And your preconceived notions about what doctors are going to do for you and what you have to do in order to heal yourself. Those ideas that you have been taught, they have been implanted in your consciousness for a reason. To get you to comply, to get you as a customer. When you're connected to your inner wisdom, you don't need the medical model to heal yourself because you already know exactly what's out of balance. You already know how to heal yourself. I discovered this myself. When I went on my healing journey, when I found myself facing cancer, it's like, oh my gosh, I was in terror. I didn't know what to do. But I looked at the medical model's options, and none of the options seemed particularly palatable to me. I didn't want to lose my hair. I didn't want to go to chemo after chemo after chemo, and then radiation and pharmaceuticals along the way and follow-up checkups. I didn't want any of that stuff. I just wanted it to be gone once and for all. I didn't want to have to ever deal with this again. And I didn't see that in the medical model. I just saw in the medical model, even if you did heal, they would keep you coming back to look for it again. Is it coming back? Is it coming back? You better look again. Better look and see. Maybe it spread. You better. I didn't want that. And I found out that I didn't have to have that. I found out that when I started trusting myself, when I started tuning in to my own inner guidance and started listening to my higher self, my higher intelligence, the wisdom of my soul, which is beyond the rational mind. You can't figure out your answer from the rational mind because the rational mind is what created the problem to begin with. Right? Like Einstein said, you can't solve the problem from the level that the problem was created. Well, the problems are created in the rational mind because the rational mind is told to follow the rules, listen to what you're told, do what everybody else tells you to do, blah, blah, blah. Following all the guidelines of the rational mind is following the programming. Soul exists beyond the programming. The soul exists beyond the mind. And when we can start to quiet the mind and allow that soul, the soul's wisdom, to step forward. You start operating from your higher intelligence, the intelligence that you are, the wisdom that you are. It's not somebody else's answers. You're not tuning in to someone or something else. You're tuning in to yourself. Your pure, unadulterated, God-sourced wisdom that has always been there and will always be there. You can never be separated from that internal wisdom because it's who and what you are. Pure consciousness is who and what we are. But our consciousnesses have been shaped and distorted into crazy forms, making us believe that we're mere mortals. We're not mere mortals. We are divine beings of light. The mere mortal is afraid of death, is afraid of dying. The soul cannot die. You are your soul, right here, right now. We are non-physical beings. Death is an illusion, a very pesky, persistent one. But when your body stops functioning, you keep right on going, just without a body. Your consciousness keeps right on going. You cannot die. So get over it. You are God. You are Source itself, expressing as you in a physical body. The external world has taught you that you're less than who you actually are, which is where all the suffering is. So now we have a higher self, who you really are, and this lower self that you've been taught to be. This less than version of you has been projected onto you. You have been taught how to be less than who you truly are. So now you think that you are less than who you truly are. You think that there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Stop thinking. This is the key to your salvation, is to be able to stop the thinking process and start the knowing process. Every answer to every question is right inside, in the stillness, in the quiet that is the soul, that is your infinite wisdom. So what your higher self knows about healing is everything. When I got my mind to be quiet and I allowed the wisdom of my soul to make itself known to me, it was completely clear what to do. It was completely clear what was going on with my body. And it was completely clear to me that if I just simply trust my body, it'll come back into balance. And that's exactly what happened. Healing is far, far simpler and more natural than the medical society wants you to know. They want you to believe that you need their pills and procedures. They want you to believe that you have to rely on them. The truth is that you have everything you need to heal yourself right here, right now, all you need is to become present. You have to stop worrying about the future and worrying about the past and come into the present moment and simply notice. It's time to clear out all of the lies we've been told. It's time to undistort ourselves. This is the process of healing. The process is the process of bringing ourselves back into alignment. The process of activating our higher wisdom. The process of bringing ourselves back to being the souls that we are. Fully connected to Source. Fully connected to the living life force energy that we have access to, that we can draw to and through our bodies. Your light is the strongest pill on the planet. It's the only light. It's the only thing you need. You need to reinvigorate yourself with your own light. You need to be able to turn your light back on so you can fully shine as the souled being that you are, the brilliance that you are, the radiance that you are. But if you're just following the program, you're never going to find that. You will never recognize who you actually are. You'll never discover your brilliance if you're just following the herd, if you're just doing what you're told, if you just think that somebody else knows how to heal you. It's not going to happen. It might happen temporarily until the next thing. But what if you didn't need doctors? What if you didn't need pills? What if all you needed was yourself and your own inner guidance? Nobody's ever taught you that that's a possibility. How many people have showed you that possibility? Well, here I am showing you that possibility. It's a very real possibility. It's the possibility that I am living right now. It's my direct experience, and it's the direct experience of many of my friends and many of my clients. And if we can do it, you can do this too. And this is how we change the world. This is how we bring heaven on earth back to earth. This is how we reclaim our health. It's how we reclaim a healthy society. We become healthy first, and then it spreads throughout society because everybody else wants to know, how did you do that? How can you be so peaceful amongst all the craziness? When you can start being peaceful and calm and not allow the craziness to buffet you about, this is where your power lies. This is the essence of self-healing. Self-healing. It's not about healing your body because your body's not broken. It's about healing the self, the parts that have been separated, the higher self and the lower self. There is no higher self and lower self. There's just the conscious part and the unconscious part, the part of us that's been programmed, the rational mind that just does what it's told, that it's following the rules. We have to clear out, mend the separation between our consciousness and our unconsciousness. We have to see the unconsciousness for what it is. We have to let go of it. We have to bring everything into our consciousness. Our consciousness is our power. Everything comes from our consciousness. Everything in each one of our realities has been created from our own consciousness. Each and every one of us has a completely different reality and has been generated from our own consciousness. So anything that you've generated from your consciousness, you can also ungenerate and generate something different. It doesn't matter what's happened up until this now moment. Your future is wide open. All choices are available. How do you choose to live? How do you choose to experience yourself? You are far more powerful than you think you are. Are you ready to stop thinking and start being all of who you truly are? If so, please reach out to me. I can help you fast track that. I can help you cut through that programming in a really beautiful, quick way. So I am Lisa Warner. I'm the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing. I'm the creator of Aligning with Your Radiantly Healthy Self, a 90-day program to help you clear the programming and bring yourself back into alignment with who you truly are so that you can heal yourself. My website is connectingyoutoyou.com. Please reach out. I hope to hear from you. If it resonates for you, if what I say resonates, please reach out. Let's have a conversation and see what working together might be like. I hope this was helpful. Until next week, create for yourselves a great week. Bye for now.